Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with an evolved version of my favorite Golem deck in the game. The number 82 player in the world is rushing up the ranks by charging through top players' defenses using the Prince, Bandit, and Raged Up Phoenix. When you see Golem, you're expecting slow Electro Dragons or Night Witches that you have tons of time to deal with. So the surprising speedy supporting cards that are rushing through don't give your opponent much time to think. And if they mess up one interaction on defense, their tower's health will sink. If the best players in the world are stressed out trying to defend this deck, then I gotta test it out for myself. It's time to build an advantage with elixir collectors so we can build a push that no one can stop. Let's go jump straight into some games and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. We got a game against someone from the Warriors Royale clan, so let's see if he puts up a fight immediately or if he's gonna be preparing for war. I don't think he wants to cycle anything, and usually with our deck, you don't want to cycle Phoenix because it's going to be your best anti-air response, and if your opponent's got Balloon and you go in for your Phoenix too soon, you're going to be screwed because then you have no other responses to a Balloon. So this guy is going to decide to go in for a P.E.K.K.A at the start? Jeez, huh. Okay, so I can assume that you're not going to have Balloon when we see P.E.K.K.A and Electro Wizard, right? So I can drop my Phoenix to just decompose the P.E.K.K.A from the air and say we don't care. As long as we can get that out of cycle, we're in a really good spot. So P.E.K.K.A is one of those cards that you might say, wow, it counters you so hard. But it doesn't. It really doesn't. It's so unfortunate for opponents to be forced to play against a Golem deck when you've got the high damage of the Phoenix and the Prince. You say hello and hi to value every single time they drop a P.E.K.K.A because it's going to be hard for their supporting cards to ever be able to kill the Golem quick enough, and then your supporting cards will kill their P.E.K.K.A, and then you just lock onto the important stuff and then lock onto the tower, and then the game will be all locked up in your favor. So I'm just going to go for the Golem in the back. Essentially what we want to do is when we're up Elixir, we start our Golem push because he can't punish me right now. Went for a Lightning on Elixir Collector, which is a negative trade for him because it kills the Elixir Collector, but it gives me a +1 Elixir trade because the Elixir Collector expires, and then it's just bad for our dude because he's going to have less Elixir to stop us. So what I was talking about before is we shred P.E.K.K.As like paper when we've got the high damage of the Phoenix and the Prince. So watch how quickly this thing gets disintegrated. Really funny if you're on the other end and you're the Golem player.
You think that killing those guys is funny?
Not so funny when he's got Executioner with the deck though. What? Okay, I hope I never see that card again today because it is not fun to play against. Geez, will it not matter? Really? Okay, it still somehow hit my Phoenix after not hitting my Phoenix. It kind of did a head fake the entire start of the match. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to hit your Phoenix. And then somehow it aimlessly wanders and hits my Phoenix right afterwards. I don't know how that worked, but this is weird. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm going to zap here on top of the Ram Rider so it doesn't get a full charge on my tower because it deals like double or triple the damage. It does deal double the damage, right? It doesn't do triple, but this guy might want it to be triple because he's not doing enough damage to my tower. So yeah, despite our dude having Rail Ghost, P.E.K.K.A, Electro Wizard, and also having Tornado with Ram Rider, he wasn't able to stop our Golem Parade push. You just get an Elixir advantage once, you shred the P.E.K.K.A like paper, and then you shred your opponent's towers and chances of winning the game too.
A few moments later.
He's going to try to Lightning and he's not going to be able to do anything. I love the fact that he Lightning and then he just got shut down by an Elixir Collector. Isn't that the most painful way to lose? Just having an Elixir Collector stop you in your face. It doesn't even do damage. It's just an insult, man. And it is the right play to do because if he Lightnings on top of units and the Elixir Collector pulls the Ram Rider, there's no way he can pull off the win running away with our tower. After defeating P.E.K.K.A Executioner with Golem Phoenix, now we're 4,600 in the world. My man is a part of a Clash Royale clan that doesn't even spell Clash Royale correctly. Bro, you forgot the E. Or maybe it's magic because of your name and you're like, well, it's going to appear someday, somehow, and no one's going to understand why. So there's no doubt that he's going to try to Tornado the Lumberjack to the King Tower, so I want to go for a Prince, so it's not going to be pulled off as miraculously as he wants. He's also going to go for a Log, so this is going to be extremely fun. If you guys haven't done this before, I will show you guys. Oh no! He cycled his Miner, so I don't get to show you guys what I wanted to do. Well, usually you want to go for Elixir Collector here, and then you can go for your Goblin Gang in the middle, and no matter where they drop the Miner, it's going to get caught. But he doesn't have a Miner for me to show you, so it's just a huge amount of value for me, and I'll take it. Usually, the deck is going to end up having Bomb Tower or Inferno Tower, but I'd expect him to have a Bomb Tower just because it's better in the deck. With the splash damage of Tornado and Valkyrie and Magic Archer, it makes sense. And he doesn't know what my deck is. That's the good thing about this. Your deck doesn't necessarily always make sense to the opponent. They haven't played against a Goblin Gang deck with Elixir Collector. They're used to seeing Golem with Electro Dragon and Lumberjack and Elite Barbarians, and this is out of the ordinary. It's extraordinary that we were able to catch that miner. Oh my gosh! Living in your head rent-free. And this is incredible because we can go for another Elixir Collector as well. And then I can go in for a Zap, so then, you know, the Prince is going to force out more of a priority again. Okay, wait, what if I go in for a Goblin Gang and you don't have a log and it's raged up? How's this going to work out? You have to go for a Valkyrie, and you probably wanted to keep that. I don't think that was as good as me going for Elixir Collector there. Yeah, I have second thoughts. I have buyer's remorse. But I did make a slight misplay there. I was hoping that he wouldn't go for the Valkyrie and he'd try to defend with something else cheaper, but it'd be how it be. We're going to go for our Elixir Collector in the middle now because we want to be able to catch the miner. Because we don't have Goblin Gang, we need to know where it's going to go. Because the Lumberjack, it doesn't cover as much space. It's not a whole football squad like the Gang. So we're going to go for Prince here. He's probably going to try to force out a lot of my Elixir. We are going to go in for nothing on top of anything else. We're just going to let everything hit. So when you can't defend, sometimes it's important to get an Elixir advantage with the deck still. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to go for a Golem in the back. He's going to activate King Tower, but he's going to lose his Valkyrie, and he's not going to have Tornado and Cycle. So this is our moment. This is our time. This is our calling. We got to break through. You guys know what we need to do. I'm going to go for the Bandit as well to try to lock onto the Bomb Tower a little bit earlier. Then I'm going to go in for the Prince. I'm going to follow up with the Lumberjack as well. I unfortunately do not have Tornado in this deck to go and pull his Magic Archer, but it's all good. We make do with what we got. I'm going to go Goblin Gang on the other side, and I'm going to go for a Phoenix. He's going to go for the Valkyrie, and he's going to Tornado. Wait, I'm pretty sure everything on the right-hand side is going to go directly on your tower, and the Magic Archer is not going to help out. Magic Archer is to the left, bro. Jeez, dude, come on. That was such a good pull. That was one of the best pulls I've seen all day. That was incredible. Wait, is he still going to lose? He legitimately pulled my units all the way around the map, and it still wasn't enough? This is a joke, right? The amount of Prince power that we have in the field is absolutely unruly, and we ruled the entire game. Despite Magic's magical pull with the wall breakers, we were able to magically vanish his tower with our push. To be honest, I didn't even expect to win that one. This deck is surprisingly strong. We're charging up the ranks at 4,000 in the world. This guy's got off in his name. Is he actually gonna pop off, or does he have an off meta deck? Only time will tell. I'm going to go in for the Bandit in the back, and this guy is not going to be cycling much. Goes in for a Valkyrie, so that's 4 Elixir. I guess he dropped slightly more than me. It means that I didn't even cycle that much at the start. When I said he didn't have much on the map, I'm like,
he one-upped me, but it still wasn't much.
All right, so I got a Phoenix. I dropped 7 Elixir. He dropped 4, and he's going to have Archer Queen. So whenever we play against an Archer Queen deck with Valkyrie, I expect it to be a Mortar fast cycle deck. I can't keep the Phoenix alive. There's just no way that I could do that, because if I went Goblin Gang, he would just go in for a log. It would be a pretty bad trade overall for us. All right, if I go for the Elixir Collector now, it's worth it, because if you think about it, he's not going to be able to kill the Elixir Collector with his miner because he dropped it on the tower, so he's not going to be able to cycle back to that. I was completely chilling with that. Also, the Ice Spear a little bit lower is interesting because it dies to the Spear Goblins. I thought he would drop it on top of the Spear Goblins, but I guess this man's just built different or something. So we are up a bit of Elixir, because if you go in for a Poison and a Miner, and we go for an Elixir Collector, obviously you're going to get a negative Elixir trade on top of Elixir Collector. So I'll take that, I'll throw a Golem at you, and we'll see what's happening. Whenever you play Golem, you want to go into the lane that your opponent has all the damage. And the reason behind that is now they have to go and start working in the other side if they want to go and force out more Elixir. Otherwise, you know, I'm just not going to respond. I'm literally not going to respond to most stuff in that lane. I can eat a lot of damage. You can't eat that much damage in the side that he already has all of his damage in. Okay, so we can go for a Bandit. You should be able to cross the river and lock onto the Queen. Or it's going to lock onto Goblins. I don't really care as long as we're able to, you know, get the Phoenix to respawn. Yo, he went in for a log. I don't think he's allowed to do that. I think he's dead. I just don't think it's possible to defend this when you're down a lot of Elixir. This game's over. So as you guys can see, even if you're playing against top tier players that seemingly have a pretty good advantage at the start of the game, as long as you get one good push, that's all it takes with this deck. You've got Bandit rushing through, Prince charging, Lumberjack raging up the attack speed of the Phoenix. And a lot of people will just crumble over all the onslaught of aggression and your perpetual pressure. Super easy 3 crown. Let's bounce on next one. After decisively dominating that mortar deck, now we're 2,200 in the world. Hey, what's up, Taro? You got the Baby Dragon banner and the Baby Dragon Mastery. So really, you love your dragons out here. Hopefully we don't drag on this game. I want to crush you as quickly as I can. That's what this deck is built off of. Crushing people and taking all their crowns. So we're going to make you frown by dropping the Bandit, because that's not really a card that you want to see at the start. Usually, if you're going to go in for like a Tombstone or, you know, some type of distraction, you'll likely need that for later against our Prince and our Lumberjack and our Phoenix. So the Bandit is a great way of baiting all that stuff out. Okay, so Tombstone exactly as we said, right? That's not a card that he really wants to be cycling early on, because now it's not going to be able to give him near as much value as it would. I'm going to go in for a Phoenix in the same side as the Baby Dragon, just to preclude the potential of him going for a Graveyard. If you see something cycled at the back and coming towards you, if you go for an Elixir Collector when that's happening, a lot of times you're going to get a really bad interaction, because they're just going to Graveyard you, and you're going to face the bad spot of going in for a terrible play and getting punished. Wait, I think the Skeleton doesn't hit it fast enough. Yo, I was clean with it. I knew not to waste Elixir there. Okay, so we're going to go for a Lumberjack as well, just to force out more Elixir, and I'm going to Bandit as well. And I want to make sure that we get the most out of this Phoenix. If I can delete a Valkyrie, this will be extremely good for us. All I want is for all of his units to go away. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe. Who knows? I know that dropping the Golem off to the side is the most optimal strategy, because it's harder for him to pull that. That's why we decided to drop it there. I'm going to go Goblin Gang a little bit further back, since it is able to kill the majority of the Skeletons. Dropping it really low, so it's going to be hard for him to poison that and the Elixir Collector like you would typically want to. And I can go in for another Elixir Collector if I really want to right now. Do I want to? I think I do. I'm going to roll with it. I could fuel up this Golem push, or I could apply aggression while going in for a Golem push at the same time, and noticing that it's going to be hard for him to defend this, meanwhile also, you know, defending efficiently too, because he has to apply aggression to kill his Collector, right? I'm going to activate King Tower most likely. Oh, you missed it. Oh, we're clean with it. The Lumberjack is going to rage up the Prince, and then we can go in for a Bandit as well. Yo, wait. It's going to be so hard for him to defend if we go Goblin Gang, because the Prince is going to lock on a tower. Then we can go in for a Lumberjack again, hopefully. Wait, I'm just spamming stuff at the river and it's going to work, maybe? I don't know. Is this deck that easy to play? Is this how Clash Royale was intended to be played? Just spam stuff at the river until you're successful? Oh my gosh. This is so dumb. Oh, this deck is so broken. If you guys hate playing against Graveyard, then you think that the defense is impenetrable with their Tornadoes, their Tombstones, their Ice Wizards. I think you guys got to look no further than this deck, because the dude just rage quit. We somehow just made one of the most solid decks in the entire game, solidified the worst defense imaginable, and now we're 1984 in the world, and I swear, it's not a dystopic George Orwell novel. This is Golem spam. But it might be equally as scary with Big Golem Brother always watching over you, because as soon as you make one misplay, you're going to get punished immediately. Hey, we got a game against someone that is already saying good game. It's like he knows that this is going to be an awesome match. I hope so, man. We're wanting the best content possible out here. So if this guy's going to go for an Ice Spirit and Skeletons, he's probably going to end up having like a fast cycle deck. Maybe it's going to be Expo. There's a chance it's going to end up being a Hog Rider deck. Maybe it's something different that I'm not expecting at all. But I'm guessing it's going to be Expo, judging by what the cards that he just cycled, right? Yeah. Oh, what? Wow, he literally has a Hog Rider deck with Knight. I've never really seen Hog Rider with Knight that often. But I'm assuming he's got Earthquake, so our Elixir Collector is going to be absolutely freaking useless in some situations. So I'm going to go for a Prince here, and we'll see if he decides to go for like an Earthquake on top. Oh my gosh. Wow. He's got the Knight, and then he evolves with the Mega Knight. This man is wild. I love it, though. I love it. The good thing about this is we can just go in for like a Bandit here, make sure the Mega Knight doesn't jump, and then... What? I was going to say he probably doesn't have a big spell, and then he brings out the Rocket. This man is crazy. So this is really funny. I don't know. I don't know what to expect anymore. I guess you have to expect the unexpected or something. This is wild, though. Lumberjack's going to get raged up, and then it's going to rage up the Phoenix, and then we can go for a Prince because he's down so much Elixir. He might be just destroyed, hopefully. I mean, when the Phoenix locks onto the tower, and you make a misplay, and you don't have Elixir to defend, it might be the end, my friend. It's hard. It's really hard to stop the bird from pecking away on your tower, delivering so many love pecks. Jeez, is he going to let the entire Prince do that thing too? Wow. This man is one with eating damage. It is a good game after all. For me, maybe not for you. So we're going to go in for the Goblin Gang and we're going to split it. Or maybe I can go in for a Golem. I think, you know, it's just something's telling me to go for a Golem right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my Phoenix screaming, protect me, Jake, protect me. But I think it's the right play. It's really hard for him to stop this. Oh, wow. You know, assuming you had a regular Hog Rider deck, it'd be really hard for you to stop that. But you have an Executioner with Mega Knight. What was I expecting from this wild child? He's got Tornado too. Jeez. He has just got the Jack of all trades defense. So I'm going to try to get a Bandit through. Of course, it's going to go directly into a Knight. That's going to be Knights out for a Bandit. And I don't know how I'm going to steal any damage on his tower. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really rough. So I want to go for Prince in the middle. Hopefully the Mega Knight's going to go jump towards that. And then also we can pull the Knight. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I pulled everything. And the Executioner as well. Super, super solid stuff. I want to go for a Phoenix here, and then I want to go in for a Bandit. And the Elixir Collector is going to stop the stuff from locking onto our tower, right? The Mega Knight didn't jump. Jeez, what the heck is happening here? Oh my goodness, this is not going as well as we wanted. We got to go in for Elixir Collector so then I can get an Elixir advantage so I can actually make a meaningful push. I'm going to go for Prince here. I should be able to stop the Hog Rider. He's trying to meander his way through, trying to go for like a really cheesy play with the Tornado, and then I think he's going to try to Rocket Cycle me, which will not work because I'm up so much Elixir at this point. So all I want to do is go for Golem at the river, and I should win the game with this Golem. As long as we can defend against this Mega Knight, I will win the game. So that's all I needed to. It's literally all I need. But please let this work. Please let this work. He's going to stop it with an Ice Spirit. Oh my gosh. Wait, am I going to lose to this Hog Rider? 591 damage is what Rocket does. He's tornadoing me back. I need the Golem to do more damage than the Rocket. And I need it to happen now. Please. Oh my gosh. The Rocket was in the air and the Golem simply didn't care. It did enough damage and somehow stole the game. That was a wild and wacky adventure, but you know, in the end, it stayed true to his name and it was a good game. All right, so we got a game against Never Die Alone. Well, I can echo that sentiment, man. We've got Golem and a lot of cards that want to give your towers a lot of love. So we're gonna go in for the Bandit in the back, and maybe he's gonna think that he's playing against a P.E.K.K.A deck. He already goes in for a really interesting Barbarian split. Instead of dropping them all on the same side, I guess he's scared of me potentially having Fireball or something. But I can expect it to be a Lava Hound deck whenever I see Barbarians. There just aren't too many different decks in the game that have that type of card combination. If I go for an Elixir Collector here, then I can go in for a Goblin Gang and protect it, and then just make sure that we get the maximum value if he decides to go in for a Miner. She might not even do. You know what? I'm going to go for a Prince a little bit lower to try to pull some of the Skeleton Dragons, and we'll see if we can pull it to the other side without the Prince jumping the river. Yo, that was so good! Notice how all the Skeleton Dragons are going in the wrong side right now. And then I think I can go for a Golem because I'm up so much Elixir. When you think about it from that perspective, I could defend against the minions, but then I wouldn't have the absurd Elixir advantage that I have right now. I'm also going to go in for a Bandit with these Goblins because I want to force out more Elixir. That would just make me pretty happy. He's going to take my tower, but maybe he's going to lose his entire tower to the Bandit and then also the other tower to our spam that we're about to drop. I fully expect him to go Barbarian, so I want to be able to crush those as quickly as I can with like a Phoenix and then a Lumberjack baby. Or maybe I can even go in for a Prince. There's just so much potential for us to pop off here, so I'm just going to try to do everything I can. The Phoenix will likely be able to kill the Barbarians. The Prince is definitely going to help out quite a bit, and I'm going to go in for a Zap so when the Phoenix pops, it's able to kill the minions. Because the Phoenix does death damage, and then obviously the minions are gone. The minions did die alone. They had no friends on the map. Geez, if I go Goblin Gang here, and I go in for a Lumberjack should be able to rage everything up, and with the Prince on the 3 crown, you might just get obliterated. You might not have any way to stop us. Oh my gosh. Am I seeing what you guys are seeing? Homie ended up having freeze in the Winter Wonderland Arena, and he ends up going out with a bang, but at least he laughs a little bit. He didn't die alone. He died with all 3 of his crowns getting taken. And the Goblin Gang and Prince, I'd like to think, are pretty good company. And we just climbed up to 1,200 in the world. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.